Nothing can shake us down. We got so
and we're excited. It's going to be the lower bracket finals tonight between Order and Ground Zero. And what a night it's going to be. It could go either way. You know, Order, they've been in a bit of a slump recently, and Ground Zero against teams like this as well have been looking very good indeed.
Yeah, this is actually a really hype series. My face doesn't really portray it at the moment, but this is probably the biggest series so far yet in terms of AUNZ outside of Chiefs versus Order. In terms of Ground Zero, they've just been playing along recently, trying to get these results, and now this is a really big opportunity to kind of demonstrate the hard work that they've gone through. Whereas for Order, obviously integrating Valiance into the lineup, can they overcome what I would say would be probably, you know, excluding Greyhound in this tournament, the third best team?
Yeah, and they really only picked him up a couple of weeks before the season began as well, so there wasn't really that time to sort of find that honeymoon period or even start to figure out if the chemistry's working or not. So it's very, very interesting to see, but we are going to have a quick look at the bracket so we can see the path that everyone has taken so far here in Stage 1. And as you can see, you got Order. Their road to here has been, you know, Justice. That was quite an easy win. Fighting for Freedom, 2-0 as well. Lost to the Chiefs, 2-0, which was a bit unexpected. I thought it'd be a bit tighter there as well. And now they're here with Ground Zero. And Kev, take us through Ground Zero's little run there.
Yeah, so Ground Zero, I mean, tough series against the Chiefs. Definitely had a showing that, I mean, they could have potentially taken the series and maybe had the small minor upset at the very beginning. And that's what I mean, is that Ground Zero, even through the lower bracket, you know, versing up against Genuine, taking them down 2-1, they're putting themselves in the position, in contention to go, yeah, we're currently the third best team inside Australia, once again, because Greyhound aren't here at this stage, so I'm just considering whoever is here at this stage.
In the competition.
In the competition. So now this is a really good chance to go, all right, we've done a lot of hard yards. How are we going to face against what people would consider to be the second best team inside the region? But as you're saying, Order haven't really had the strongest challenge to get here so far. Chiefs has only been the only roadblock. So when it gets to these close series, this is going to be a really good test for this new Order lineup, whether they've still learned from their patience. I think the other night when I was watching them verse Fighting for Freedom, the comment there in terms of Mirage, I'm like, I did say that game was absolutely disgusting. They can't afford to have that leeway against Ground Zero, because you can quickly see that Ground Zero will take that and exploit those opportunities.
Yeah, and the other thing as well I just quickly wanted to highlight is Ground Zero actually took a map off Chiefs last time they played. Or didn't do that last night. So that could show some form. Anyway, we are going to have a quick look at the vetoes for tonight's game here in the best of 3. So no surprises here. GZ taking Train down, and, you know, Dust 2 Auto not too favoured on that map. So happy to see what the picks are now. Inferno chosen by GZ and Mirage by Order. So that's a bit of a surprise. I thought it'd be the other way around there, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely surprised as well, because we were discussing this out back, as we do beforehand, and then I got told Ground Zero was going to be picking up Inferno, and I went, that's a really, I mean, I can see it. Why? You can take it against Chiefs. You can definitely take it against Order, especially with Valiant still being integrated into here. You got to play to your strengths. Nuke is going to be that final remaining map. Feels like GZ do like it, letting it go towards Nuke. I mean, for Order, it's been a long time in terms of, yeah, you know, we're happy to let it go through. Really interesting, though, that Vertigo was left on the field.
Yeah.
That's GZ actually opening and going, we're a little bit more confident of playing Vertigo.
I'm curious with that, because it said that Order vetoed Vertigo to play Nuke, but last time these two faced on Nuke, GZ actually won at 16-14 as well. That wasn't a best of 1 online, so we are still online here.
That was ECA, correct?
MDL.
MDL.
MDL final? No, season.
Yeah, which is ECA.
Is it ECA?
ECA MDL, isn't it?
What? Oh, ESC. I thought you said ECA. I was like, what's an ECA? I thought you meant ECS.
ECA is a mouse. Anyway, no, so, because, I mean, Ground Zero do have that head-to-head favourite in terms of just online best-of-ones at this stage. They've been tight. If that's to anything to go by, this is going to be another banger of a series where the results can definitely be, you know, pretty close. We could be here for 3.5 hours, a couple of technical issues, maybe someone pulls a plug on the server, you know, 5 hours, and then we're going to go home at 1 AM.
Sounds like you're asking for this one. Very excited indeed.
This is actually, I've actually come into this and I've gone, all right, I'm actually going to be drinking some caffeine tonight, probably a couple of these dares, just to go down a little bit, because it is honestly the best series that you could probably get in this tournament so far outside of Order versus Chiefs. And
Yeah.
the reason for that is because it's a lot of storylines behind it. Ground Zero, I would actually, I was thinking about this beforehand. They're kind of like a misfit team. When you think about it, it's all the people that you wouldn't expect. Like, people have said these guys are has-beens, no talent, no ability to even show up.
It's a mix.
They're
though.
going, yeah, like you look at Moe, it's like Moe has persevered for so long. Is it
Yeah.
going to be rewarded? He's obviously played, he's had high peaks, low lows. He's bringing himself back. Panic, same thing can be said about him in terms of everything. A lot of talent behind this player, but obviously a lot of controversy. Is he going to be able to succeed this time around? Then you've got some young talent as well as probably one of the most versatile players inside Australia at the moment, Burn, as well.
Yeah.
Kind of like rostering out with some Zemp as well as Cooper, Void being that young talent coming forward. But I would say that for Void as well, a lot of people would have gone, you know, he's not that good, you know, had potential, not that good. He's kind of shown himself to be very formidable in this lineup. So
He has been hanging in the bubble though, like right towards those top teams, but never really in the top 3 or 4 teams at the times when he's playing really well.
and that's what I mean is that when he's playing very well, it's he's a point of strength, but at his weak point, it is sometimes that he does feel like a bit of liability for the team. I don't feel like that anymore these days.
Yeah.
That's what I mean for this Ground Zero team. It's honestly really exciting to see how Moe has really done and gone about. Obviously, Burke being the coach as well has helped. Burke has a really good mindset in terms of thinking about the game. As long as he's not playing it sometimes, he's really good about thinking about it. And here we go. A lot of contest early on towards mid. Looks like it's going to be a 3-2 setup. Already an early rotation being dragged out with Ins just holding that car to make sure that Ground Zero can't rotate back without warning.
This is going to be a very hard site to crack into. Double set up there at Archers. Ground Zero going to be heading this direction as well. Moe leading the charge. Down the spot. Oh, there at Modo, trying to wrap the whole way around. It's Val, the newcomer. Can he hold it off? Only good for 2 there. Hats as well. Allowed for the free pickings. Wrapping coming out from EMAG 2 on the way back from Archers. And look at this rotation. It's off the Void now, though. He's managed to find 2, but the trade comes out from Hats as well. And that is going to be Order on the CT side taking that pistol.
Yeah, pretty comprehensive stack in terms of order. They had, once again, Ins pushed down towards Car, and from that point onwards, Ground Zero had to get the entries, try to wrap around and see if they could catch Order off guard. But when you have all that territory at Banana, you're not going to shift. You are going to have fall towards that A site. You have all that implicit trust in Ins, and now it's going to be the full eco, just a single flashbang to, as well as a P250 to see what they can do here.
Aggression up second there. Going to see a bust. You've got Burn with that flash, so it looks like that might just be the setup at the moment, but they need to hold this control of mid to allow this flash to even come out. And Burn, look, he's almost lost his life already. There's the flash, but it's way too deep. Ali not going to be blinded by that at all. The holds here, too strong. Easy janitorial duties for Order as they take a clean second round.
Not losing a gun as well. It's always going to be great for that CT economy. Out come the 8Ks now. There's going to be some utility backing this up as well. Not the full belt, but similarly, Order, they are going to have to rely on these SMGs. Might see an early Nana fight coming out, and I wonder if Ground Zero are going to actively contest it against the CTs, or if they're going to just relinquish it and let it go.
Looks like they are going to try and contest Banana initially. Flash coming in, decent util. Favouring Order still. Ground Zero using some quite early there. Order heavy stack towards Diggity there, looking for the 3-man setup.
I'm wondering where Moe threw that flashbang from, because that's a pretty sick flashbang in all honesty, what he did just then. So I think he banked it off the apartment, off that balcony door that you're seeing right now, and it flashed apartments to allow the carts player to peek out. So this is what I mean, just the small things may not be really caught by the camera, but Ground Zero, they're just using the basics, getting this map control, and now Order in a bit of a tricky situation, because you can kind of see that, yeah, they still have this car control, but there's a minute left to go in the round. This utility is going to slowly start dwindle away from the CT side. Ins has only got a flashbang. No smoke to really back this up.
Doesn't have the most firepower there just with the SMG either. They've gone for the bonus round. They are aware that GZ's on the buy, but it's a matter of time before GZ actually go for the hit. They spotted the jump at Ints. Surely that draws the rotation out. Ali, he's got a pretty crucial role there trying to hold Archers as well, considering the stacks on site at A. Turtle play. going to allow for a long rotation, and now it's all up to Ince. The rotations come out from Ali, though. He's got a bit of utility just to hold 20 seconds. One molly, but he's not going to be able to get it on the ground. Burn beats the smoke bloom, and he can't beat Ince, though, but the trade's there from Zemp. And now GZ have the man advantage as they do head into the post plant, but Panic here, look at the lurk, doing so much work. And it's only good for 2, though, but EMAG down on 66 HP, 1v3. It's all over Red Rover for Order now.
Yeah, I would say that EMAG would just be happy with backing off of the AK-47, just taking it forward to the next round, but you can see Moe's running a hunt. That was just really smart from Ground Zero. Panic just doing so much work in that jungle position, dropping that smoke, and when that progression smoke is dropped and the CTs have lost control of bracket, they've only got really one option, is to turtle up on the A side and turtle up on the B side. And this is what I mean, when Burn just goes in, he just creates so much space. Doesn't matter, he gets traded out afterwards. He's got the entry.
And that was it.
And that was it, so no
Man
fear.
advantage.
And yeah, Panic just sealed the deal from that point onwards. So, look, Gun's going to be kept, which is always going to be good for the CT side, because it does mean that they can get a full buy on the majority of their players. They can even afford the AWP and Alistair. But for Ground Zero, look, that was just solid play. There's nothing you can really complain about at the end of that.
Yeah, quality lurk from Panic as well. Almost good for 3. Couldn't quite get the triple. Now GZ are on the board after their first gun round, so high hopes for them. Their map pick as well, so you'd assume they'd be quite well versed on both sides here in the field. The angle here off from Ali, but just gets the wallbang. Burn down to 10. They are aware that Order are on the buy now. Probably assumed that anyway.
Well, they know that there's the AWP here, but Burn, like I said, he's not backing away. He's still got a smoke to use, and as long as he's holding this car control, or this Nana control, the CTs are forced to use utility eventually, and that's when Ground Zero can kind of exploit in the late game. And I mean, for now, there's been no spanners really thrown in the works by the CT side. It's just been default holding, but you just got to question, when are Order going to try to catch Ground Zero off guard? Because I feel like that's the key for success. Ground Zero, what you're seeing at the moment is a result of hard work. I was going to say the consequence of hard work, but that's not the right word. It's the result of hard work. And even if there's no success, the fact that they've taken all this map control, haven't lost a single person, is really just demonstrating how well they know their map. And look, Alistair's taken a little bit more damage. The CT's forced to use utility now, and there's still so much time left for the T's to attack. That's a great shot from Hats, though, as the T's now entering out through Diggity.
Man in pit isn't going to be able to do much, not at all. Moe takes him down, but in the 4v1, it's pretty much done and dusted again. Bomb down in the hands of the CTs. Burn, he's got 20 seconds. Could still potentially clutch the round out, but... Alright, now, I've eat my words, he's taken too long. He's looking to cause as much damage as possible here. It's found one of the remaining players on the A site, but Val there up on Nifty. Going to flick around just in the nick of time, and that is going to be 3 for Order, only losing Hats there.
Really solid round from Valiance. I mean, that was really dangerous. As I said, Ground Zero got all that map control, but just coming out through Diggity's side and not being able to trade out the site player in time is going to be their downfall, so it's going to be a nade stack. I'm just wondering if this is going to be to Nana, if the artillery strike is going to be called onto Alistair. Or is it to mid? Well, no one's crossing.
Yeah, it was well worked
What?
out. Okay, well, Void.
That's a really crucial pick. Ground Zero, just slow things down now. Look how much utility had just to be dropped from the CT side. Oh, we've got to drop a smoke, 2 incendiary grenades, and all of this. And Ground Zero, they've got a lot of time to work with, and potentially an AWP to retrieve if EMAG hasn't already gotten rid of it. I think he has, so.
It looks like he has there, yeah. Oh no, it was right in front of him. So they haven't gotten rid of it, but they have got eyes on it. Playing it as bait, but it's going to be Ince now. Oh, so much pressure on him.
This is a save. Like, you can't... Surely not. Like, surely this is the part where Order have gone, all right, look, Ground Zero have done a bit of good work, and we're just going to have to back out here and just save from this point onwards.
Yeah, unless Val can maybe work a pick here at Banana. Need the map control, but the smoke there at Con as well. They do much. No, he gets destroyed by Moe. The full read now. It's up to Hats to get anything done, but Panic happy just to stay aggressive. No real loss there. attention drawn, and that is going to be 2 for GZ.
And the reason why I said you're probably better off saving that position is because you have literally no Nana control, and your retake is so far off. You don't have the utility for the retake anymore because all the incendiary grenades that have kind of you used because you were scared that Ground Zero are going to rush, they're not there, so you can't push the Ts out of crucial positions. Pistols at close range doesn't matter against rifles when there's 5 pistols against 2 rifles that are fighting it out. There's only going to be so much that you can do. And just like that, Ground Zero, I wouldn't even say that's a stolen round. That's just Void, hard work. Ground Zero, exploit the correct area. In's caught fighting. That's it. Round's done.
That's all it took, but Emag tries to say something with the Deagle. Unfortunately, he's going to be shut right up. Pulls down, Molly, the door there, open towards Carbs, but it's the engagement here. Ali, barely taking any damage, dishing out more just with the USP there. Panic as well, trying to clear out Carps, knows that...
5 damage dink, wow.
That was very unfortunate through the bricks. Now GZ start to make their way to the B site there. Moe going to be caught with a knife in hand. Timing almost working out, but Hats, is he going to be able to find anything? No, it's actually Ali at the bottom of mid there. Hats as well, trying to find something through the smoke at Con, but as it starts to dissipate, we are going to see Zemp just get very aggressive indeed. Finds the headshot. Val as well falling to Void. Battle of the Vs, and that is going to be GZ, evening the scores 3-3.
Rightio, so where's that AWP going to go in the hands of the CT side? Obviously a full eco there, and Ground Zero, I don't believe, lost a single gun. That's going to be really good for the T economy. And like I said, I mean, I've been rewarded so far with a good series. The CT's being punished for these, for Order being punished by these little microaggressions, and Ground Zero doing the correct things as the T side to make sure it is absolutely being destroyed. So, and even then, I do like how Order is constantly trying to change it up. I always feel like that's how Order should win, is that they need to change things up on their CT side to, or just rely on these really well set up crossfires and the information that you get from Alistair and Inns playing aggressively. It's a dual-edged sword sometimes, because you can see there, Burn's just come out and gone, hey, it's me. It is me, Burn, who is just, oh, no, he's dead. Oh! Oh boy.
Very close there for a moment.
That's...
But no rotation yet.
Yeah, and I mean, well, this is a big mistake coming out from GZ. Come on, guys. Like, you can't go in one by one like this. Emag's going to chew you up. And, well, finally, common sense prevails. They're going to slow things down. The CT smoke might dissipate soon, and Emag still has some space to work with, and he's still tagging away. Eventually, the Molly's going to push him off that angle. 2 CTs, those in construction, and a 4-on-3. 2 flashbangs of smoke grenade to use for the CTs on the retake. They're finally going to rotate over, as they didn't know if the bomb was going to go down. 2 flashbangs for the T side to use. It's going to be mainly a Nana setup here. There is going to be the smoke on Alistair that's going to be absolutely critical for this. Alistair's
They
in
heard
the
the
position.
retreat to Banana there from Void as well, so they are aware there's at least one, but so much pressure on Panic. Noe as well, trying to buy some time here at New Box, knows that someone's stuck at Oranges. Panic's only found one, the trade's there, but and again, it's a 1v3 that he cannot clutch out. So Order, great work there on the retake, only losing 1 man, and that is going to be the lead retained by them.
Oh, it's tight on the bomb timer, though. It's tight. So you were saying?
I didn't see that they didn't have a kit. I assumed they had a kit.
I was like listening, I'm like, my ears aren't what they used to be. Is there not enough time for this? And there wasn't. So Ground Zero managed to buy just enough time, held off for just long enough, and you can see that Ground Zero rewarded with another round. In order to have to force up, and that's never good because that's the AWP lost. Alistair was trying to defuse that. Oh boy, Mag 7, 2 rifles and a couple of pistols to work with in this round, where Ground Zero just getting away maybe with a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill in terms of anything. You make your own luck sometimes.
I need to go to the optometrist, I think. Just wasn't paying attention. I looked at all the util, and I didn't look at the kits. There you go.
Look, to be fair, I also thought Order had it, then I was like, hang on a moment, this is taking a little bit longer than it should. Bomb's ticking a little bit loud as well. So Ground Zero, once again, just spread on their default, just slowly taking the control.
Trying to work the angles, Val. Bit of a tag there. Panic as well. Good for the entry.
That's the rifle loss, though, and that's a bit problematic. And you can see Panic is just drawing so much attention. He's just drawing so much. He's still fighting. Oh, I wouldn't have thought it's necessary, but Valiance is now trying to cut them off at jungle. Not going to work. B split. But this actually may work for Order. They still got 2 people on the B side, even though Hats, they're going to have to charge into Nana. Oh. There you are. They've got control of Nana, and they've got themselves a rifle.
Pretty massive, although Val, he's gone down now. The bomb could potentially go the whole way back to A, but you can see that Order, they're trying to make this read. Running away with the rifle, but now they're going to split up as well, and it's no good for them. Hats just with that Mag 7 smoked off. Does not have the range to take any of these engagements. Almost destroyed there by the pre-fire through the smoke. And Ince will come back. Looks like Order may just try to go for the round, although the brakes have been put on.
So Hats needs to just go in and die here, whereas, okay.
Or no.
Maybe not. Maybe he'll go to apartments or to A. I was going to say either he needs to go in and die and try to get a gun, or just try to save a rifle here. He actually might get rewarded with a bit of cash.
There you go.
That's, you know, best case scenario out of both worlds. You get an exit, you get out alive, and you get an AK-47. You roll in the bank if you Hats.
You get $900 as well.
Yeah.
Big
900
money.
bucks, AK-47. CTs of money at the very least to try to fight against Ground Zero's attack. So 5-3 now is going to be the score. Ground Zero just putting on these rounds, not on the back of insanely impressive play, just solid play, and that's what impresses me the most.
And GZ, look at the economy as well. They're managing that pretty well. Even if they do lose this round, they'll be able to buy up again, maybe even for 2. The round loss bonus should be pretty all over the place at the moment, considering the rounds have been mostly traded.
Yeah, mostly traded in terms of between. I wouldn't say the rounds haven't been traded just as of yet recently, but they're getting kills on the CT side. So they're keeping it costly for the T side. What I wanted to quickly jump in and say was Order have not put 3 towards Nana yet. And I think this is going to be a serious deliberation at this stage. Do we start putting 3 people towards B? Because I don't think Ground Zero have gone A single time. It's always been a lurk play. The single time they have gone A, it kind of got shut down.
Yeah.
They jumped out into Valiance, and Valiance went, oh, thank you very much. So at this stage, I've got a feeling it's okay. You got to fight Nana. You've got to get control of Car, and you've got to leave the AWP there. Yeah, you've got to start making it costly for GZ to come in.
The way that Chiefs were abusing Order last night on Inferno was targeting Val a lot, just as he is the new player, trying to put a lot more pressure on him, and he dropped the ball a few times there as well. So.
And talking about losing that opening pick, it's going to be, oh, hello.
Oh. Ambitious. Could have worked, I guess.
It would just been like a liege.png.
The bullet went where he was scoped at as well. Too weird, but Hats now on the defensive. Good for 1. Traders there, though, on the A site. Taken for free.
Save. Save. Yep. Back off. Save.
That's the round. There's literally nothing that Order can do to get back into the round now as well.
And that just comes with a single pick. Even though Order have tried to throw it in this double AWP equation, as Alistair's just maybe overstepped a little bit. I didn't see that opening pick that Zemp actually got, but you got to say either Alistair overstepped a bit or it was a blind of a shot from Zemp.
I need to pull up the stats for a moment because Ali seems to be losing a lot of these opening picks.
And look, to be fair, it's the pressure's starting to get onto Order, and that's Ali's role. Ali has, Pilly always goes, you know, Ali stats. Ali stats, hashtag. And his opening duels in terms of how much he actually finds for Order is insanely impressive. But when it doesn't work out, you can kind of see that Ground Zero, they're finding the right little holes to exploit so far. At least the weapons should be retained into the next round.
Ali's won 1 opening pick and lost 3 so far. So
which is abnormal. His normal opening stats is like 70 or 80%.
Yeah.
Interpret that as you will. So that's what I mean. It's an abnormal failing for Ali in this scenario, and Ground Zero are doing very well to punish it. So it's not like Ali's bunny hopping and just trying to go for like this wide swing mad peak F1 race car. He's trying to go for sensible. Okay, I'm holding this angle. I'm going to watch it.
It's like calculated aggression.
Yeah. Just didn't work out for him last time. That's unfortunate.
Fully blinded Ince. He's spotted. Not going to be punished, though, for being so wide there. Gun in hand for the tease at Banana. Now might just get the molly off, but it's a little bit too late. He's going to fall going wide solo. Emag is going to be able to get the trade, though, so it's 1 for 2. Now it's a 2v4. Order may just be able to get a 4th round here, but GZ, they are steamrolling onto the B site.
They need to go, yeah, they need to go fast.
Fully blinded. Emag. Oh, he is going to have a very bad whiff indeed, and this is GZ's opening back into the round.
Okay, single AWP, they've got a lot of utility here. This is definitely, this has to be the retake, and ground zero, they're going aggressive. Moe, line it up behind this flashbang. He's going to be flashed in by Zemp, but no, he's actually going to go back. He's heard the CT. Oh my goodness, what a play coming out from Moe. What a play coming out from the two teammates on ground zero, and now that Molotov, it's dwindling away a little bit more time. Smoke on the cross. They have to go, but they line up. Moe, he's going to tag him out as well. And now Hats is on 14. All Zemp needs to do is put a single bullet in. Struggles, manages to land it. But Moe, what a play.
That was
What
nuts.
a player.
Almost managed to get that collateral through the smoke as well. Everything just going right for GZ. 2v4, lost by order, but what a round from the GZ players.
And honestly, I mean, in terms of that, yes, lost. That EMAG should have landed that kill. Had to land it with the M4, 10 HP, punished afterwards. Didn't have much leeway to make a mistake there. But what a smart play coming out, because what are you going to think with order when you hear that flashbang pop into CT? Moe's in the smoke. He's going to attack CT. He just goes back and attacks Nana instead.
Yeah.
You're not expecting that as Ali. You've got to hang on a moment. They flashed him over there.
He just had util out, trying to set something up, but Ince here playing a bit more passively, not going for that banana control this time, and Burn is going to fall, so Order with a man advantage again. Can they keep it this time? That's the real question.
Yeah, 5 and 4, and ground zero don't have that much control. So Panic is going to try and lurk out of apartments again. He's been really good at doing this so far, but let's see if he's going to be rewarded this time around. Not this time. He catches a glimpse of someone over towards Moto, but he's going to have to back out. Draws a bit of utility. And Order, really patient setup now on the B side. They've been punished for playing aggressive. They've been punished for playing overly aggressive, and now maybe it's time just to hold back and let utility do the work. Inns, though, does not have any armor or util.
But he has a big green gun, so
He has a big green.
we'll see if that one can connect. Going super wide, though. Very dangerous for him, but it will reap some rewards here. And again, here's the third with the AWP. Cannot connect through the smoke, but he is going to hold his ground. Flash goes straight through, but they trade positions now, and it's all up to EMAG, but he has no idea that the aggression has come out. He will deny the bomb plant, but it's not enough. The trade is there. Panic. Can he do it?
Say not at this stage. He would just have to try to grab as many guns as he can off the CTs, but who he's chasing into the construction player, Alistair, maybe overstepping the mark a little bit, but Panic doesn't have that many bullets inside his gun. He's going to stick for the plant, and as a result, the CTs swinging in together. Order finally do manage to pick up a round. They should be able to retrieve a double up setup as well if they opt to do so.
The interesting thing there was the smoke to banana when there was only one alive on GZ. So not too
Wasted
sure.
efficiency.
Wasted efficiency.
Who threw that? That's going in the black book of karate. It's a
I'm
black
sure-
book of plays.
Elmer Putty, black book as well, surely. That one might be picked up later.
But
a good
impressive.
round, good retake.
Impressive round from Inns, just holding on there as long as possible and just doing so much damage with the Yorp. And this pick on Zemp was very, very impressive. And kind of just getting that bomb denial was also just icing on the cake. So now for ground zero, look, once again, enough money to buy, but the double op setup is still there. And this is where it gets really dangerous. Right? Is that Order, they need to take the next couple of rounds and solidify their lead. And that's exactly how they need to do it on the back of this double op.
That constant stalemate at the start of the round between both the offers, seeing who's going to overstack the mark first. Didn't happen this time, though. Looks like the banana control is going to be taken. Huge nade, though. Burn already down to 31. That really seen any of the enemies.
And once again, Inns is just taking control of Banana at this stage and just making his own little playground. And Burn's already low. He's picked up the orb. Looking just to re-challenge over towards Nana if anyone's going to get keen. But Order's already got the opener. They don't need to get more keen than this. They can just sit back and relax for now as ground zero. Also going to be doing the same. Just seeing if Burn can get anything done towards the B site before they decide to execute over here at A. They haven't even got top brackets control, in all honesty.
No crossfire there either to hold it, so Ali would be taken down potentially for free. Well, he's got eyes on Carps there, and that's just eyes on Diggity. Ultra necessary at this point, though, but 30 seconds, we are going to see a bit of util used. GZ committing to the A site, all 4 men here, so they do have an advantage by the numbers. And the wrap coming out by 3 men. Will it work? Ali, he gets the info there with the flash, but he's down to 11 HP. Now he goes in for the turtle, and it's Moe. He's way out of apartments. Can he find the man in pit? No. Hats. the anchor here. Is he going to be able to hold? Val good for one. Couldn't quite get the spray control. Hats as well tapping away. So big round from Hats there in pit. 3 for him and 5 on the board for Order.
Yeah, and that's a solid round coming out from Hats. I mean, every single, like, I feel like every single Order game that we talk about, I'm like, Hats is legitimately, I'm just going to say, he's probably the best player in Oz at the moment. Like, hands down.
Ooh, in this tournament.
I would even say he would surpass some of the Greyhound players. Like,
Okay.
he's almost come into his own, and sometimes when I'm just watching him play, he very much plays that Liaz role, like, which is what I consider like a standard of young, sharp, smart AU player.
Turret.
Liaz was like the first one, and now Hats has really evolved his game. Where every single time you think about it, it's like, oh, he's in pit. Okay, there's another 3 kills for him. He's just holding on the right position, buying so much time.
He did get picked a few times earlier this game though, but he has made up for it now. Order though, they still have the chance to maybe get the majority of rounds, but it's going to be an effort on their behalf. They've got this bracket control ground 0.
So there you are. So Panic picks off Hats, and this is now really dangerous for the A-side holders because you've lost your turret effectively, and what are you going to do from here? So Val dancing around the site. I don't think ground 0 are going to try to plant. Oh, what are you doing? That's a little bit ambitious. Oh boy, Val is dancing around, but somehow Void manages to clip him through the edge of that graveyard position. Bomb not lost in an irretrievable position.
Still haven't planted though.
No, and there is a bit of utility for the CTs to work with, so they can smoke off a couple of key positions if they do decide to go for it. But 3 on 4 with 2 orbs, that might just be a save.
It's going to be very hard for them unless they get an early pick, but the save's already been called. Running back towards the B site now, and Order really can't afford to lose too many more rounds. We usually see them have stronger halves on their T side on Inferno, but these days, other teams, they've just been hammering down on the CT side as well, so it will be blow for blow here on Inferno.
Big impact so far from Void as well as Panic on this T side. Panic, how does he get away with it every single time? You know he's the apartments lurker, and still somehow he comes out on top every single time. Like, it's ridiculous how many picks he's gotten from that position now. And once again, that's just a pick onto Hats. Just as I was praising Hats, a quick pick from Panic, and the A side is just open for business.
And every time it's dry. Well, almost every time it's been dry. A couple of them, there's been some flashes to support, but he's always there, always in carps. And Order just aren't watching it because they have too much of the other map that they are thinking, oh, cool, ground 0, going to change it up now, and then they don't. So.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, you've already got 8 rounds as ground 0. That's absolutely great. Deep Molotov. Now action over towards Nana. Oh, EMAG. He misses a bit more of the follow-up damage. Ins, though, ready and waiting to trade that out. So there you are. So some early aggression. Burn is going to be on the receiving end of that one more time.
Couple of flashes saving his life there, though. Very dangerous at the top of Banana. Only good for the dink before falling back, and Ince as well on the cleanup. And he only had that one chance with the AWP as well. GZ looking like they are going to commit to the B site already. That's with full apartments control, making sure Panic cannot crack the code towards the A site. Crossfire essentially set up, and now the flash will come out. Panic stuck in the middle of mid, but he will get to safety. GZ grouping up now.
And look what Panic's done, is that he's forced Order to go make an aggressive play. Ground 0 have to go quickly, though. Surely the rotation should get here on time by Valiant. He's got utility to use, but Ground 0 just slowing things down. This might be their downfall. Hats, oh my goodness, nearly misses that shot. But now they've identified the game's up, and Ground 0, they're boxed in like little rats.
They've been very sharp today. We'll see if they can push their way to victory. Through a smoke, though, not the best way to go out, and it's all up the Void in 1v5. And I'm pretty sure that's all she wrote here, trying to find anything, but it's EMAG to connect. It was a battle of the spams, and EMAG, well, he eats a lot of that spam.
Yep. I don't know if he eats tons of it, but
I don't think if anyone would really eat it, honestly.
It's really salty. It's nice.
I don't think I've ever had it. I've looked at it,
Really?
I've looked at it, and I've gone, not today. Today is not the day.
Not today. Well, I mean, today, right now, right here, last round of the first half, and Ground 0, finally they're having to force up on some of their players, and they're missing maybe a little bit of utils.
Maybe a little bit of the utils.
Just a little bit of the utils. What's that smoke grenade?
I'm not even sure, honestly. Good jiggle, though.
Did Moe just take... No, okay. I was about to say, did Moe just take 6 points of damage by that AWP, as Panic is just sitting in that Molotov for about a year and a half?
Took a little while to get the smoke out. Brackets control gifted to ground 0, and apartments once again not going to be taken by order.
Oh no, they're actually just pushing into jungle. Oh no, this is not how you want to see it. That's the half.
Although Burn here has something to say with the UMP.
That's the half. He's not going to win. Okay, I'm calling it now. He's not going to win.
I'm selling the story, Kev. Come on, he's got something left in the tank, and it's all gone now. The half wasn't quite done. There's still 10 seconds left.
I don't know if there was anything left in the tank at that stage. It's just like, you're just looking at this momentous hill and you're like, oh, there is an orange light. That orange light has been there for the last 50 kilometers.
Order definitely sunk that battleship.
Yeah, and look, for ground 0, I can understand they wanted to change the pace there, but there are just so many more things they could have done in terms of that. Yeah, I mean, I would have probably attempted a wrap at that stage. That would have felt like the better option, but maybe there was too much pressure towards car. Had a lot of utility, could have just smoked off and taken their time. I don't know if they actually used their smokes or not, but I didn't see any smokes there, so I'm assuming they didn't use it. Yeah,
to
Panic
save
uses it,
himself.
fire extinguisher, right? But I didn't see any other ones around.
Yeah.
You know, there wasn't any moto smoke, for example. There wasn't any on the site,
No.
blocking off any CT defenders, none towards pit. So, yeah, look, ground 0 is still going to win the half.
Barely.
Barely. Now they're going to have to hold on because now it's Order's turn to get that battering ram and get the trebuchets out and throw boulders from 300 meters away.
See if they can crack those defenses. But now GZ looking like they're going to go for the 4-man bracket setup, and it might just be the answer, although Order, they are going to hightail it back towards the B site. Off no information at all, so they've made the right choice though. Burn getting that smoke out just in time, but Order potentially just going to bust straight through. Looks like that will be the case. Burn only with 9 HP, a kit and a dream, and GZ going to have to play for the retake here.
That's fine. As long as Burn's holding on to that territory, that's going to be great. But Inns, oh my goodness. Snapping heads, just snapping off, snapping back. And now Burn, that's also the kit being lost in Void. He has pretty much no hope in this whatsoever. You can see Order just making sure that they're giving Void a little bit of space. Just a little bit. And then just snatching it away. So a really good pistol round coming out from Order. Getting a couple of those good entries across. Yeah, scoreline's tied. Are the CTs going to force up? Yes, they are.
They are.
They are.
Oh, well, the game's pretty close. They may just be able to afford to lose some rounds. If they can get the counter-attack working here, that will be huge for ground 0. A nice early start in the second half.
And to be fair, a lot of the time on the CT side, you might as well go for the buy round in your 4th, because then you have all the utility that you want.
Yeah.
Even if you ecoed here, it's like, oh, cool, we can get M4s.
But no util to hold.
Yeah, what about those pretty useful things like kits and stuff like that? Oh, I don't really have those.
That thing that Order forgot to buy the other round.
I don't think they forgot it. They just didn't have the cash for it, I think. And that's the struggle of the
Technically,
CT economy. It's
Yeah.
And as much as you want to allocate money in the budget, sometimes things go tight. You're just waiting for that tax offset to kind of kick in, and it didn't kick in this case.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. We'll see if that round was the defining round for this game yet, because it could be a blowout. It still could be tight.
We'll see at the end. That lost a lot of momentum there for Order in that first half too, so bit of a tilt factor coming in, obviously. Very unfortunate for them. Now Moe dodged that smoke successfully, and the trap is here laying in wait. Moe's going to fall for free, but look at this from Panic. Perfect placement. Oh, couldn't quite get himself a third for the platter. But now it's 3v3 again, Order. Make their way onto the A site. Zampi's gone down, as well as Void, and it's all up to Burn now. See if his Deagle can do more than Panic to get the round for GZ.
He's also got himself an AK, so... Okay, surely should have seen that grenade. Is he shooting at a chicken?
Yep. Got rid of the chicken. Intimidation tactics.
Well, Emag's just drive-by'd him, so that's the AK retrieved. There we are. No Alistair E-button pressing from Emag. It's good to see.
Yeah. That was,
So-
yeah, that was an interesting round.
That was dangerous, and Order did well to make sure they bypassed all that danger. And so now ground 0, it's just going to be that eco. Void's got the Zeus. Couple of opportunities there, honestly, a couple of opportunities, but Zamp maybe should have been focusing a little bit more towards Diggy with the scout. That could have turned it around and given a little bit of pressure off Void, but as it was, Void then had to fight 3 people, and that just doesn't work.
I could have completely changed that round as well if Moe just got 1 pick as well with the Deagle. Fortunately, it's not going to change anything now. But full apartments control coming in from ground 0. They've got that Zeus on Void there too, so we're going to take first contact with that, hopefully get that free upgrade. But not going to fall into that trap though. Molotov forcing Panic out. P250. Taking it to Ali. Much damage done. And the rest of Order trying to make their way into the B site now. All up to Moe to hold, but he's gone down. There's the B site. That's pretty much the round for Order. GZ may be able to find themselves a rifle. It's all up to Zemp, who didn't get to do too much yet. Will he get to do anything?
I believe unlikely. His little toes are going to... Oh, no. I was about to say, Inns, why didn't you hold there? And that chicken is doing a 360 currently in the pit, in crawl space.
Open this pit up.
Was there a chicken there? You can never tell on an Inferno. There's just so many chooks around. It's cooked.
I haven't seen a good defining chicken moment for a while. I remember the last one was when Tux shot at a chicken when he was watching the tunnel, expecting someone to crawl out of it. It was actually a chicken. He shot at the chicken, gave up his position, and potentially lost. I think it was in a final game as well, like a really important game that changed the pace of it entirely. Anyway, irrelevant right now. We do see Order with the 2-round lead currently. GZ, though, finally on a gun round, and it's their chance to stand up and hold.
Yep, utility to work with as well. But so far, Order have relinquished this apartment's control, and they've gone straight back the long way round, and it looks like they're going to be hitting that B site. Burn still has some utility alongside with Moe, so let's see how well this is going to go. Order, though, they can execute on this twice, so...
And they're not showing any presence over towards A. This will probably draw the rotation from Panic as well.
I mean, if they just walk in at the moment, here we are. So Hats has made so much space, and that Molotov is not going to do enough damage. Hats has made it across safely, so... There you are, gets the entry as well, and oh, he's just straight fanging it through the smoke. That's Inns, actually, not Hats. Oh. Hats is going to do the safe thing, the smart thing, try to time it through the smoke. He's rewarded. He can count the seconds, the young man can.
Bomb's not planted, though, that Molotov buying just a bit more time for GZ.
That's the
to
save,
get
though.
Close for the retake, but as you said, you can see 2 and 3, Void and Zemp already over towards the A site again. Deny that rotation. Panic trying to hold, maybe get some more damage done, but the hunt's already coming out from Order. They know they've got the money to buy into the next round, but Zemp is going to deny EMAG at least. And they know that the economic situation on GZ is horrible, so every gun that they can get out of the hands of the CTs will be a large bonus indeed.
But also, at the same time, you don't want to lose too much on Order's side. And that's... I was about to say, Ground Zero setup was waiting for that execute. Order could have executed twice, but they decided, no, okay, we made our way all the way up here quite safely. Let's just hit the clutch and just go. So, and that was pretty much Hats. He was way in front, ready to just pounce over at the opponents. And rewarded. Gets the entry into Burn, who's having a bit of a struggle in this game.
He's having a really rough one indeed. I didn't notice that until now. Fortunate. He did open up the B side in that first half, you know, that one round, that first gun round.
Such is the role of the entry. Sometimes when you're able to get the entries, you feel like you're on top of the world. And when you start struggling, you just go, oh, what are we meant to do here? So, nades being exchanged back and forth.
Order this time going to take a bit of apartments control. Early smoke thrown there by Void as well, which has slowed them down for a moment. Looks like GZ want to tempt fate, try to retake Banana. They've thrown a bit of utility, but haven't forced any more aggression.
This is some nice faking out coming out from Inns.
He's just jumping up and down.
Yeah, just jumping up and down. Yeah, he's second mid. No, yeah, nah, maybe. Potentially so. Flashbang coming in from mid. Beautiful.
Ooh.
Oh, Zemp didn't fire, and he's thinking about where he is.
Didn't give up his position, which may just be the key here. See where Order decide to go. Once again, they've actually forced that Diggity player back, and because of that, they could potentially go for the rotation, dropping down, but they're not going to. Order grouping up, looking at just to go for the wrap, split A here, Panic. A lot of weight on his shoulders right now.
It's got utility to drop, and this is, I think, the ideal time where he should be dropping it. But what a flashbang being thrown coming in from Zem on the site. Now he's going to drop his utility, dancing around, trying to buy as much time as possible. But this is going to force the attention away. All that utility could have been really useful. Now Void in a really tricky situation, dancing around, trying to fight, gets the dink on a Valence, but it's not going to be enough. The T's now have control of this site. And there you are, another round in the favor of Order. And you got to say, it's what would have happened if Panic dropped that smoke grenade?
Yeah, instead of the flash, although Val was really close on the corner by the time he dropped that flash. I know what you mean, though. He did call for that flash to come out from, I think it was Void on site, which did net him the 1 kill, unfortunately. He probably could have got 2 in that situation. The CTs were very blind indeed. He just didn't commit to the spray, didn't want to bite off more than he could chew. So, once again, you know, theory struck.
Look, hindsight's 20/20 at the end of the day. You just got to be fighting because you don't know how fast they're coming up. You drop a smoke, they could be wrapping into CT. It just would have felt like it's like, oh man, I feel like I've seen this one before where they've taken jungle control and then all the rest of the players actually just go over towards Diggity side and apartments and they just strike you over at Moto when you're not looking.
Yep.
Panic's done it against Order when he was on the T side and now it's being done against him. So look, GZ are going to call their first tactical timeout and this is a rough stage right now. They've let a lot of these rounds drop. They still haven't won a single round on the CT side and the money is just all over the place.
It's going to be a pretty rough battle for them to get back in the game. The momentum favouring Order, although we did see this last night. Order, I think they won 8 or 9 rounds in a row when they were really far down against the Chiefs. But then there was this turning point where I think it was a 1v3. Texter clutched it out, and from that point, then they just shut out the rest of the rounds, and Order couldn't really get any momentum back in their favour. So we'll see if Ground Zero can stop them here and now. That would be a very big statement if they could, considering the very minimal buy that they have here.
Can do damage though, and that's the whole thing, is you can't let this T-side economy balloon out. Order has a very good T-side economy, just like how GZ had on their attacking side. And this means that they're going to be affording buys for a very, very long time. Not much utility. They're going to have to be finding this out over at Nana. There's a flashbang, but it's just come maybe it's come perfectly in time, as a matter of fact, from Burn. And now out comes the Molotov from Moe.
More damage for free. At least they know that the gun is here, but have they been following the economy enough to know that it's not a full buy? Well, there you go, Ince just going in with the flash, and that is going to be Bracket in the hands of Order, but Panic close range with the Deagle. Oh, good for 2. That is massive. 2 rifles retrievable now for Ground Zero, but you've got Void there with that Mag 7 just still waiting for something to happen at second mid. But the 2-man advantage for Ground Zero, this could be locked down as long as they make the right decisions here.
Yeah, and Mag 7 over at this apartment's position. This is a filthy angle. I'd use it every single time as well, but he's punished by hats. Doesn't click in time. Now Panic, now thinking about, all right, do we call for the rotation here or do I just try to hold on? He's done hard work. Once again, Ground Zero, they're in the driver's seat of this round, but it can be undone with a single good play coming out from Order. 40 seconds left. Order grouping up to hit Nana. There is a defender. Moe's boosted up over at the flower pots.
He's in there with the kit. He's also got that flash in play. Is it the best position to be in? Is he going to be checked? I guess, like, as an anchor, this position should be checked if Order do it correctly. They're going in, they're contacting, silent slowly, but they're running out of time.
They're running out of time. They're making noise. Out comes the smoke. Single flashbang. Ali's got to find a good timing for it. And there's the pre-fire coming out from Hats. The Molotov does come forward from Panic. It gets the Molotov onto Hats. And the bomb, it does go down. But Panic, he's the hero. He's come forward.
How has this round played out like that? I said that Ground Zero needed to make a big statement, and they've gone and done it. Panic with the 4K, master of the Deagle. Wow. That Molotov placement as well, just pretty much clutching that one out at that point. The timer was ticking down, and then he just went full in, guns blazing. All the momentum in GZ's favour now. I said it in the pause time. I said this is what they needed. Order may just drop the ball from here.
Can I just ask how I can get Panic's, Deagle recoil? Because I never seem to get that. How does he get away with doing that? It's like both bullets land in the body and they're just dead in 2 bullets. Whereas every single time I do it, it's like, oh yeah, 86 and 2. Cool.
He's a very interesting man. You know, just play really close to your screen and play many, many hours of Counter-Strike a day and you'll get that recoil.
Oh, Zamp, this is so real. Oh my goodness, he just dry picks. He doesn't get away with it though, thank goodness for that. They're losing players left, right, and center, but it's back down to a 2-on-2, and Void, big work to do. This is where you don't drop utility. You got to stay hidden nicely, like a little tree.
Oh, and tries to go for the spray transfer. It's Ali with the trade. Look at the flick there. Big AWP shots coming out from both sides this round. He is going to tap the bomb, expecting this aggression, but burnt, disciplined, patient. Hiding there at the cutout at Modo. Plenty of time for Ali to play with.
You reckon Ali's going to check this?
Oh, well, he will now. He'll hit the flick too. Didn't think he was going to pull the bloody gun back out in time, but he just barely manages it. In order, bring that one back. GZ, they found one, but they couldn't put one and one together.
That was beautiful stuff coming out from Alistair. Felt like some vintage flicks there. And when Ali's on like that, you start going, this is now starting to get a bit spicy. Ground Zero have to drop a few weapons over. It's not going to be a good buy in any means whatsoever. Moe's got the AWP, but there's been no impact so far from him in the last couple of rounds. And Ground Zero, it's just the defense is not great, in all honesty. Maybe they get one pick here and there, but they're not stringing it together. They're relying on heroics to try to get even just a single round they've had so far.
I was worried for a moment there. I thought Order were going to go for a rush, and Ground Zero spent 15 seconds in spawn deciding on whose guns were what. And now look, there goes the AWP. The trade is there from Burn. The spacing not quite optimal, but it should be the B site for free. Hats the whole way through, just running through that Molotov, taking a decent amount of damage. Bomb still needs to be retrieved, but the site also needs to be held. See if the bomb can make it in time before the defenses are bolstered.
Yeah, they've got plenty of time still. They've got plenty of utility on the T side. You can see Molotovs just to push them away. But Burn, he managed to find a little tight angle onto Hats. And Val lurking all the way on T stairs. He's still dinked out. A lot of damage being done. But they know there's only going to be two here. Is that play going to come through smoke is the real question.
Boosted up. A bit too late, but perfect placement of that bomb plant as well. The flash blinding Burn. And Ince will make the most of it. Now Panic and Void both so low, but we are going to see the pre-fire through the wood on the corner there. He's going to be traded out by Ince again, 2v1. Void, he's only got himself the MP9, will flash himself in through Con, but can he work the angle? No, he's just gone for the M4. Looks like they're going to give up another round. Too little, too late. He can't find a way back into the round. No, he's gonna hold.
Yeah, but he misses that opportunity. I think that's it. So he's trying to wait for an exit right now, but he's a little bit low, needs to back out. That's not a good angle to be waiting at, and he realizes that just a little bit too late. Inns doesn't mind dying for it. As a matter of fact, he's not going to even go down. Order, 2 rounds away now. Ground Zero, same problem. Where's the money going to be at? And this B-site defense has been absolutely abysmal so far from Ground Zero. They know it. How are they going to change it?
Was it Hats who went in early? Yeah, Hats just running in, trying to do the best job that he could do.
This Hats guy's pretty good. I remember just seeing Hat.
Remember just seeing Hat?
Just Hat.
Was he Hat at one point?
Yeah, it was just Hat because the GUI wasn't done correctly when he went overseas, so he was just known as Hat.
Okay.
He's just not he's not a one-trick hat.
Not a one-trick hat.
He's a man of many hats.
Hat tricks are pretty cool, especially if you've got a fedora, I heard. Reckon he's got a fedora?
Actually, no.
Good.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. 3-2 setup from GZ. We'll see if the B site can hold this time, as once again, Hat's the man we're talking a lot about. It's going to test the defenses. Knock on the door. Draw rotations from A, but GZ just holding their ground.
GZ have been really good with their pistol rounds, or these force fire rounds, so... But look, Order are going to exploit the weakness. They've gone B how many times have they been rewarded? So once again, it's another round where they're going to head towards B. Moe going to try to sit in front of the smoke. He's done a lot of damage though with the CZ, still has another clip. That smoke dropped at the right time. He's taken no damage whatsoever, and that push has now been stalled. Order thinking about what to do at this stage. Do they go back? They're kind of caught in between a little bit here. The bomb, it's going to go back to A. 30 seconds though, this is where it starts getting a bit scary and you're going, hang on a moment, they're going to have to go fast here.
See if Zemp is going to be able to hold control of Diggity. It's going to be the path of least resistance. Good to find one, but there's an entry over towards B as well. Not going to draw the rotation. Ground Zero, all eggs in one basket. The basket being the A side, but the bomb has gone down. Big hold from Void with the Deagle. Can't get the second. It's going to be Val on the trade. Panic as well brings it to the 2v2. Will be able to find himself an AK. Moe as well. Bombs down. Time to play with, but Ali finds Panic solo. Moe too far away, so he was not able to go for the trade. Silently, slowly making his way to site, though. But the crossfire is here. He tries to get the wall bang. Ali scared off.
Trying to go for the counter wall bang. Oh, oh my goodness, Moe. He's trying to keep this tight. He knows where both players are at this stage, and he's trying to play counter flash, trying to elevate, trying to change the angle. The T is not giving him any inch, though, whatsoever, and Moe, he's going to have to hit a couple of amazing shots, but no shots are going to come out. There you have it. 15-9. It's going to be map point so far for Order.
Ali really firing up there towards the end of the match now. Took him a little while in the first half. He couldn't get too much going there towards mid. Picked a few times, confidence dwindling, but has started to make its way back into his veins. So
More impact on this T side than the CT for certain, so
Yep.
definitely getting a little bit more comfortable, and that's the thing to be scared of later. Void, just going to drop a little nade early on. HE being exchanged tit for tat.
Zemp, though, just going to hold passive this time. No creeping. Not going to try and catch Order off guard again. Timing of the util. Not too poor here, but you've got Panic as well, still holding Diggity. Stay as aggressive as possible, but they knew where that Molotov came from. And Incy narrows that one down. The Molotov actually going to spread, so Panic gets one from the grave. Void as well.
He got tagged by Ali.
Where was Ali? In apps.
Tagged down to 1 HP. He's still alive, though. Oh, boy. Ali's starting to hit some things, some ridiculous shots, and you can see Void going, oh, okay, I'm out of there. See you later, alligator.
See if he can survive for too much longer here.
You reckon he's going to get killed by a smoke grenade?
See, could be
Potential.
calculated. Anyway, Molotov over towards Cubby there. Order still committing to the A site. Now with the double flash out and the molly into pit, they figuring out where the CT player could be here. Who's just come up, Hats on the off angle, but he's going to drop down. Won't be able to peek high. It would have been great as well because Zemp just went straight through that smoke, unfortunately, hindsight. We are going to see the entry coming in. Zemp goes down as well. Hats, he's trying to find another, but it's Burn to hold. 2v2. Going to be spotted as Ali goes high. Now the bomb going to be planted safe in the corner. You see Val in pit. Ali as well on site. 2v1. Moe with an AWP in hand. He's been quite dangerous at times tonight, but I'm not sure if he's got enough in the tank to do it. It's going to be Val from pit to clutch this one out. And Order take the first map in the best of 3.
Convincingly as well in that second half. So, I mean, that first half was neck to neck, but that CT side of Ground Zero, I mean, their economy was kind of in shambles most of the time. As soon as they did manage to get one buy round, it was, I mean, I don't even think they even got a buy round. That's the whole story at the end of the day.
They got one buy round.
They didn't. That was a deagle round coming out from Panic. That's not a buy round. And that's the problem.
Oh, I guess so. The
Yeah.
round after that was still a little bit Ori because yeah.
But that's what I mean, though. It's like they had all these opportunities to try to close out these buy rounds, but it never looked close, right?
Yeah.
It was, they had to rely on individual heroics, and you can't rely on individual heroics to carry you over on that CT side of Inferno. You need good crossfires. We didn't see enough of them, unfortunately, for Ground Zero. And now going into Mirage, well, this is where you start going, okay, Order should be a 2-0 now. Can Ground Zero fire up?
Should be, could be, and we will find out once we get to the other side of this break. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere.
G'day, mate.
Mr. Murray, have you decided on a name?
We're thinking Callum.
This is Callum Murray.
Calamari to the seafood aisle.
Calamari. Why'd they name you that?
I take you.
Calamari. Let's make it Jack.
Drink it through with Dare iced coffee.
Nothing can shake us down. We got someone who light the way. I know wherever we may go, together we're alone.
Hello and welcome back to the ESL AUNZ Championships, where we are about to go into map 2 between Ground Zero and Order, as Order just took Ground Zero's map pick off them, and it looks like it might just be smooth sailing as they're on fire tonight. Ground Zero started strong, but then only got one single round in the second half there on Inferno.
Feels like the analogy we were using about a fuel tank. It just ran empty and we just didn't see anything on the CT side, unfortunately. And that kind of bodes an ill omen in terms of Mirage, right? If Alistair's going around and going, hey, you know, I'm hitting flicks, feeling sick, and then you've got the rest of the boys just getting entries and the site holders not doing enough to kind of equate the favors back in Ground Zero's favor, we could see a very quick Mirage. I mean, in terms of being Order's pick, sure, Ground Zero are going to start on the CT side. Oh boy. They need to lift themselves up, right? We saw a couple of good performances from Void. Saw lots of good rounds from Panic. Zem, a little bit quiet tonight, in all honesty, in terms of the AWP. Felt like Alistair or Inns had the better mark of him most of the time. So really that AWP, maybe a couple of rounds of impact. But where is Moe and Burn? You're expecting the most experienced players to be stepping up in a critical series. They know it's not good enough. They're going to have to elevate here. Whereas for Order, it's much of the sameness. I think Valiant's had a really, really good game. I obviously talk a lot about Valiant considering he's the newer player coming in.
All eyes on him.
No, I wouldn't say all eyes on him. I think
At the
he's...
moment it is, for people that are Order's biggest critics. Also, I think GZ, a dare fix might fix it, honestly.
Yeah, they're going to have to drink it through.
They
100%,
will.
yeah.
They sure will, I reckon. What do you think?
Cheers. Oh, you drank before cheers.
Sorry,
'cause there you
cheers.
are. I'll drink some later.
I'm a horrible
so-
person. It was very very mean of me. Anyway, is that
Just
good?
trying to see if there's a... No,
Oh,
oh,
I
there's a
could-
little bit. There's a little bit,
I
but
could
it's pretty
make
clean.
It worse. I'll wait till the end of the season so the moustache doesn't get too caffeinated. You know, we want it to, you know, be nice and alive towards the end of the season. Anyway, here we are. So
Mirage.
second map, we've got Mirage coming up, rather. Look, you said it, and I still got it wrong. And GZ, look, it's going to be rough starting on that T side as Order. Oh, wait, no, GZ should be starting on the CT side.
Theoretically. I mean, most teams do opt to start on the CT side. I wouldn't be surprised if they do opt to start on the T side, though. So like I said, anything is possible. We're going by conventions here. Doesn't have to always be conventional. In this case, though, need to tighten up that CT side defense. And on the T side, I mean, their T side was impressive, honestly, on Inferno. Most of the rounds they've earned, they've got all this map control. We're going to see that again on Mirage from both sides.
Oh, surely.
Hopefully, we're going to see it from Order.
I haven't seen Order on Mirage for a fair while.
I saw it
honestly.
last week. I don't want to remember it.
Wait, which one?
Fighting for freedom. Like I said, don't want to talk
that
about
was
it.
that was really quick. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
that
So,
wasn't a Mirage game.
I'll rephrase. I haven't seen a whole Order Mirage for a while. So here we go. Order starting to head towards that B side already. So they have been put onto that T side. GZ taking CT. They're going to go for the three-man stack towards B early on. It seems to be the right read, but Order just trying to contact here. That's looking for that entry. Panic makes the call. Tries to pull back to site. Moe, first blood for him. Hats, though, on the trade. Panic now trying to play here towards the first pin of Hats, though. The entry route just way too strong. As Zemp and Void teaming up.
Really
Give the
quick
man advantage.
rotation from the CT side, in all honesty. Really quick, and still a chance here for Order. Still a chance. Not anymore, though. Zemp does well alongside with Void to make sure they get on the site, past the smoke grenades, and take out any of the Order T attackers. The CT defenders bought just enough time. And there you have it, a pistol round. Something for them to work with at the very least.
It was interesting as well. Like, once that bomb went down in the apartments, you knew that Order had to fight for control of both the bomb site and apartments to get that back and have a chance in the round, or just go for the kills, but GZ wasn't going to let that one go without a fight. So here we are in the second. Order now to split towards mid, but GZ looking for control of this area of the map as well, although Void, he's hightailed it back towards B.
Yeah, they know Zemp's here as well, so there you are. There you are. Zemp taking a couple of dinks. Gonna have to give that M4 away to someone else, so... Here you are, fighting over at mid, but Panic's gonna come out on top, alongside with Void, who've really been the two sharper ones so far. Zemp gets away with his life. That's a clean round coming out from Ground Zero, not losing any guns. Quick round's a good round, though, when you've got Glocks. You like to take a victory, but hey, let's be realistic. That's not it all the time.
GZ off to a solid start again here on the second map at least. Order on a buy around now. You see the SG in the hands of Ali there as well. So no AWP in hand just yet. Utility a little bit light after some was used early. Zemp though, throwing that smoke, is going to be able to take the line. EMAG goes down untraded as everyone else on Order grouping up, cook some dinner in the kitchen.
But Void, he's not able to get the bomb out in time, or gun out in time in this case, and Hats. Once again, just feels like Hats always able to beat this utility in front, doesn't mind tanking a bit of incendiary grenade damage. He's just there, ready to take the fight, and he's coming out on top most of the time as well. Now Ground Zero, 2 flashbangs. Zemp is completely blinded. Nothing he can absolutely do there, and Hats, once again, assistance from his teammates, but he's able to clear out this short position, and Ground Zero pretty much just done and dusted out of this round already. No one's really in position to try to even reclaim any territory. Just waiting for exits at this stage. You can see how patiently they're holding. Not even peeking into these angles. Trying to funnel Order into a position. And you can see Alistair, now he's thinking about, is B-Apps clean? Do we exit through short? Do we exit through B-Apps? And short's going to be the good answer. Oh, Moe's throwing a Molotov. He's able to catch one out at the very least. Might get the second. No, not going to be the case. And they're also going to lose one of their rifles and Panic as well, who I believe did upgrade. So, Ground Zero. Yeah, lost already in terms of that. Just off a single pick from Hats. That's it. Round's done. That was a 4-on-5 as well. Order just upgrading the engine and just chugging along.
Big one there, and Ground Zero, they are back on some rifles now, so there's no SMGs that they have to deal with this time. Order not going to fully go for that mid control, but Ground Zero heavily invested a few players there. Burn very close to A ramp as well. Does go in with the smoke, so we will be in a dangerous position for for Order rather to deal with. Now we've got Val here as well, just waiting for something to happen over towards the Palace area. And it looks like I'm going to see Order committing to the A site now. 3-2 setup, so GZ well positioned to deal with this as well.
But, I mean, one thing for GZ, though, is that they don't really have the incendiary grenades or just enough to kind of fight off against this. So, even as Order execute, out come the Molotovs, out come the smokes. There's nothing the CTs can do to delay this. They have to fight it out, and Burn, you can see, has got the flashbang ready. No one's mollied onto balcony just yet, but you got a feeling eventually they will. And Burn, he's trying to push forward, trying to find the fights. Only a single one. Once again, Hats, double entry, traded out very promptly. As now Order, they've got the numbers advantage, still clearing the site just to make sure it wasn't a 4-man stack coming out. Flashbang coming in high from Moe to try to allow Void a bit of a glimpse, and he does manage to at least find the balance once again. 2-on-2, 25 seconds left, bombs lost on the site, but ENZ, he's just charging straight in.
Oh, it's 1v1 now as well, but Void, he's going to go aggressive on the peak, stay alive with 8 HP. And, well, that's GZ fighting for the win there in the 4th round of the game. That is going to be 3-1 now as Order. They don't have the money to really invest in here. Maybe a couple of pistols could be dropped, but Ali really wants to save for the AWP. No, we are going to see the Force Spy coming out, and it looks like Order are going to try and surprise GZ here in the 5th.
Yeah, so EMAG and Val, I think, have dropped a couple of rifles over, and this is not a bad decision. The CT economy, you know it's poor from Order, because you didn't see any counter Molotovs coming out, but look at Void, so confident. He's just charging up, but he's not landed any of the shots, and you have to land your shots here. Ground Zero had a bit of an opportunity to try to turn things around. Bit of aggression, not going to work out for them this time around. Biting off a little bit more than they can chew.
That was best case scenario there. You could see GZ had no idea that Order were on the buy or stacked up towards top mid. And no flashes coming in, just going in dry. Is not how you want it to fall over, although Burn does get a bit of revenge there. Bomb needs to be retrieved up on top of the boxes. Ali should be able to get that one pretty easily. There you are, the retrieval service coming in. Throws it across as a just in case, but man advantage still just barely there for Order as well. 3v4. Now they are going to group up over towards the A site and look to play strength in numbers.
Yep, solid decision, in all honesty, from Order just to group up. Leave Alistair there with the long-range SIG and see what you can do with the rest of the players. Out comes the smoke grenades, though Zemp, he's got some utility to use, but he's still holding the angle. Eventually decides to give it up. Palace just a little bit too dangerous, and Burn, he's done really well right now to hold off that mid position and just at least cut off that connector threat. Zemp needs to only focus on one angle.
Ground Zero have the advantage in this situation as well. They have all things going their way. Zemp as well. He's going to get a tag. So Ints and Hats both low now. Val, the only one with HP, but he doesn't have any armor either. Bomb has been planted, but now it's all up to Val with just a Deagle and a Dream, the newcomer. Can he make it work? Definitely not, as Burn hits him with the Ego Peak. Very confident indeed. And that is going to be 3 alive at the end of the round for GZ after losing Void and Panic so early on. Order just unable to convert that man advantage.
Yeah, and Zemp's just able to hold on to territory for so long, alongside with Burn, and you can just see it's that you can be so scared of the CT in a 3-on-4 and that you feel like you need to go make a move. With Burn holding on to short, making sure no one can really flank, and as a result, your site players can just sit and watch angles. Works a treat. So really got to be giving prompts to Burn there for really stepping up in that round. It looks like all the GZ are doing much better, and that could have been absolutely disastrous. Oh, here comes the artillery strike. Zemp don't want to be sitting in there. How is he only on 69 HP? Some failed grenades.
I think they went that bit too deep, and you know how CSGO likes to deny grenade damage just around a pixel or two, so fortunate there, but we are going to see Hats good for 1. Void, though, very aggressive, looking for some more. Ali upgraded the Deagle just in time, but he can't quite connect the dots. It's going to be Void for 3, Ints for 2. So he takes some down with him, but a big round coming out from Void is going to shut down the eco.
That's not good for the CT side. That honestly isn't good, losing 2 rifles there. Look, I can understand they're up 5-1 at this stage, and they're doing so much better, and I am praising them for that. But you got to be considering this. Look at their money right now on the CT side. It's atrocious. For going up 5-1 at this stage, every single round has been tight, and all those rounds where you have that numbers 4-on-1 advantage and you lose 2 rifles, it doesn't mean that you actually cleanly won it. It means that Order's gone, hang on a moment, we're one step closer to really breaking your economy and grabbing a few rounds on the board. Let's see how they go this time around though. Void looking to change things up. Look at this little edge smoke peek. Spots out Alistair, but he's missing the shots, and he's going to be punished for missing too many shots.
There you go, that one way. Order not expecting it at all, just thinking they might have missed a smoke or not identifying, spotting it there at unders. But man advantage again. We'll see if GZ are able to hold, win yet another disadvantageous situation. But Burn, he's gone down, so it's a 3v5 now. Zemp, he might be able to get himself 2. Ali with the flick, managing to at least get the trade. So it's a 1v4 now. Moe has not been spotted on the B site here. Bomb is going to be retrieved, but it does come this direction, I think. I have no idea where Moe is at all.
Moe's got to be suspecting, though, the bomb's going to be hitting B. He should not be looking towards short. Oh, no. He spotted out EMAG. Now he needs to hightail it out of there, try to cross into safety, trying to fight ins. This is now winnable. He's only got a single flashbang. He's picked up a Molotov, buying a little bit more time.
No way. There is no way that Order throw it like this. Balk not being checked. I don't know who it was that was first on site there, but they have made a huge mistake. It's one
he's
of
dead.
the boys here as well. EMAG coming in on the flank. Good for 3 there. The IGL starting to frag up eventually. All 3 kills that round are the only ones he's gotten so far this game. So finally starting to fire up. 2 for Order, but a very scary situation considering the bomb control was in Moe's hands.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, Moe, what are you doing? There's only 2 places the bomb could be coming from, and you're not covering one of them. So he's able to flick around in time, and I think that was Valiant's caught napping a little bit. So, look, at the end of the day, not a big disaster, but what is a big disaster for GZ is that there is absolutely no money whatsoever on a lot of these players, and that's what I mean. You can't be affording to lose rifles in those rounds where you've already got it bagged and tagged. Now it's Order's time to kind of like pile on the hurt, and so quickly how a 5... Oh, ENZ has taken a lot of damage from... EMAG just got deleted. USPs.
Yep.
Ground Zero is so good with pistols. How has this happened?
Why do they buy anything else, honestly? That's the real question here. But Hats is going to strike back for the moment. Bomb control in their hands as they start to rotate over towards A, but Val goes out on his own and loses a 2v1. No real surprises there, and it's a 2v4 now. The rest of Order, Hats and Ali. See, they are able to play this one together. Kev looking around in confusion.
Bro, they had USBs. I don't care if they're double dinks. They had USBs.
I understand.
They're all right pistols, but how has this happened? Good work from GZ, but Order, how can you let this happen?
It was just untradeable positioning, as well as some smart positioning from Ground Zero, playing the one-way and the dissipating smoke as well. So great decision-making by the CTs. You can't take that away from them. But
Absolutely.
Order, maybe a few mistakes as well. Zemp not going to be spotted straight away, get some damage off, and it is going to start to whittle them away. But Moe's got the AK in hand. There's still 20 seconds. They have to commit to the A site. Rotations coming in. Big flank from Burn as well in apartments. Void, he's going to be spotted in mid-air. Moe takes some damage more than he gives. Although another
my
dink coming
goodness.
out. Ali, one bullet is all it's going to take to finish him off. The upset again as Order unable to do it. Void's crosshair was not even on his head, but he's hit the damn headshot. What is going on, Kev?
USPs. I have no idea how to explain that, but ground zero, that's a fire-up round for certain. You've just won round, or you just won a round with USPs, and you've got 3 rifles out of it. That's a big money injection. We were talking about tax offsets earlier. That's not just a tax offset. You managed to win the lottery. You're off to the Caribbean.
You got your bank account overseas, essentially.
Pretty much. Panama Papers or something like that. That's what it felt like for the GZ boys. But
Speaking of feeling,
jeez, Hats has been the one that's kind of just punching back and forth, and he's the one giving it as good as they're getting, in all honesty. So, out comes the executing the A site, just on the back of that single entry. There is still at least a couple of weapons for them to use, but Panic manages to just barely catch a glimpse of Hats. Managed to make it work out. Flashbangs going into the CT spawn, E-Mag fighting, but you can't fight 3 people like that. You can't fight that dry.
good information, and at least they've got control of all of jungle and connect now. Bomb going to be planted for that position as well. Ali on the off angle. Look at the timing here, working out so well. He's not going to be cleared here either. Although the bomb's actually on the other side of triple. Tries to come in, does deny the bomb defuse, and it's all up to Val and Ince now to try and clutch it out for Order on the bomb. Yet again, they know that there's someone at A main. Val trying to spam through the smoke, but it's too little too late, and there seems to be a bit of communication lost in translation there as Ground Zero go to 7 rounds. Great use of utility, but Order just dropping the ball. Bad post plans.
Yeah, I mean, Val, what are you doing behind a smoke there? You've got to be fanging it out. I mean, that's really questionable in terms of what happened there. You knew that E-Mag dried peeking to the 3 people. All right, where's the last 3 CTs, guys? Pop quiz, they're all in CT spawn still. You've got an AWP, Ins needs to hit the shots on the cross. Valence doesn't need to be that deep, and you've got Alistair playing close to play trade like that. Really big mistakes, and these small little things at the moment are giving GZ a bit of space to work with. And sometimes that's all you need, just the smallest amount of space. Here we are.
See that GZ are taking it to Order though. Not giving them any room to breathe. Even in the rounds, it looks like they should potentially be winning. Here we are, so close already. Ince the whole way through B, goes for the repeat, knows that Moe's still on site. He has to be dealt with, and he is going to get his hat slapped on. As now it's Burn here in market, trying to find anything, but the man advantage is there for Order. Bomb is planted. GZ on the save already. So a fast bust out of apartment seems to be the answer for Order to at least find a third here on their T side.
Yep, I think that's their answer at this stage. Let's forget about mid. Let's forget about A, because A they're struggling with. Just hit B. Catch Moe off timing again and again. He's having a really rough game, in all honesty, the veteran. Normally he'd be performing in a series like this, but it's a bit surprising to see him start to struggle, and he's really just getting caught off guard time and time again. And there's not much he can really do. You can see in that stage, it's, well, they're already swarming out the window.
Yep.
Couldn't drop utility in time. That's it. Done for.
Ince was all the way at Africa by the time that anyone started to rotate, just creeping up in that apartment smoke, busting out the window, blind as well. Great movement skills from him.
But that's also In's just doing a really good extremity job in terms of that B sign. He's doing those progression grenades, really forcing that pressure onto Moe and keeping that CT sign guessing on where it actually is going to be. And suddenly it's another explosive round. They're not ready for it. Look, honestly, if Order are able to get 5 rounds on the T side, I reckon that's not a bad job. Ground Zero have done very, very well on this CT side so far, have managed to make the most of their opportunities. Now it's time for Order to kind of solidify. Oh, no, Panic. Has he caught the timing? No, he's barely missed it. There's too many guns for him to fight.
But he's got a lot of information. This will draw a huge rotation, but it looks like Void has given up the site, doesn't want to hold with the USP, which was one of his better weapons this half so far. Anyway, here we go. Burn. He's going to find one over to E-Mag, so the short player going to be taken down. Big nade does huge damage on it to him. Void managed to find himself that M4 as well. Burn goes for the upgrade. 4v4 and Ground Zero not going to bother. Looks like exits will be the priority here. Moe towards the back of apartments. Not going to let anyone out of here for free.
You get a couple of pistols upgraded. That's a good round. If Moe is able to secure another one, I don't think Order are going to give it once again, because Order is just going to exit out together. So maybe they lose 1 gun on Order's side at most. I don't think so.
They are coming this direction. So the trap
It's-
is here.
Ooh, Moe. This is the time you start running in now. Okay, he's going to be hurt.
It's a little bit late.
He
didn't-
fired the
oh.
wrong way. Unfortunate. You have to make a bit of a guess there. So, and it's only a P250, so it's worth a go at. Look, Ground Zero, now as their bio round, they should be able to forward and drop over a few weapons over towards Panic as well as Moe.
It was an interesting side to pick to pre-fire there from Moe.
I mean, to be fair,
'Cause
you
it's
expect
closer
them to be cooking up a meal most of the time, not sitting in the middle of the couch.
That's closer to the bomb. It's more dangerous, you know.
But microwavable meals.
We aren't all living that life, all right? Jess won't let me eat that badly, unfortunately.
They're good meals, I'm telling you.
They are good, Jess. I hope you're watching, because Kev will set you straight. Anyway, look at this. Ince already at the end of balcony, going out as soon as the Molotov
This is what I
ends.
mean. He's just gone onto the. Oh, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's dead at the end. Just go A now.
And they
Like,
did.
Inz has just nearly won that round. Now they've got to do the rest of the hard yards because Panic is still locking down the site. Good flashbangs to push him off the corner. And Void trying to transition. Hat's now on the lurk. Really just the everyday man.
The everyday man.
Everyday man. It's doing everything. Put him on Team Liquid.
Find into every other day man at mid there.
Oh, look, like you look at the difference in the kills at the moment. You got Inz who's just doing a blind of a job in the B site. You got Hats who's killing everything, and the rest of the boys are there for the ride. It's like me and the boys, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Me and the boys. Carrying them on your back this time. See if they can get some more entries this round, though, as GZ. They've got the Deagles. And, you know, then them on the pistols are a very scary prospect.
Always. I mean, they're lethal. So out comes an A site execute, but the bomb's actually going back to B.
Well, it's
That's-
worked out.
Oh, that's a bit shaky from Inz. That's very... okay, no, that was intentional, but Zemp's going to go, okay, that's fair enough. Moe is going to cross over into window to see what he can find. But look at this push coming out from Void. He's already up in B apps. And now the T's, they're kind of stuck in no man's land.
Can
Trying
go
to-
up short, though, but they're not going to make that decision yet. Zero can harrow in on this location. They've got this man advantage. Void, good position, holding so much
Ooh.
control. Sharp shot from Val, though.
That's good.
Cross to sight.
Burn looking for the Deagle shots, can't connect them, and now the rest of the players are coming forward, but Inz calibrating his aim this time around, ready to knock them down, but Panic's here with the Deagle. Panic here with the Deagle! Oh, he's making these shots work. Everything now slowing down as he's waiting for Void to try to reinforce, but Valiant, he's done well in this round so far, listening for the sound cues. Emag's going to clean up. Panic keeping that round exciting. But once again, this feels like Inferno on repeat. Ground Zero go up to a great start, then Order fight back. And we're in the final two rounds just like that.
Or to get that jump scare coming their way and start to fire up the engines, knowing that they can't usually do it too little too late. So they try to bring the heat as early as they can after a very unoptimal start, obviously. But look at that, up on the fence, Zemp, he's not going to get the shot for free. He's mollied off, everything going wrong for Ground Zero here. Panic as well had no idea that they were the whole way up short. And Zemp, he's still alive. Someone's jumped above him, not going to be spotted. Ince may go down. No, he flicks around just in time. The timing perfect. As he looks the right direction, that smoke. Slow down the push from Order. 3v4 as Ali all the way up short, trying to find something there through the smoke. It's Hats to take down Burn. Now it's Void and Moe. Last two alive. The bomb's still down in the back of apartments.
Okay, so they should know where the last two are now, so... Bomb, though, has kind of been left in the open. Now, at least they've identified the last CT, but Void's got a hell of a job to kind of fight it out and try to win from there. In's actually going to pick up the bomb, and he's going to hightail it back. He's on 8 HP. Void. What is he going to be doing now? This is definitely a winnable round for Void at this stage. If he's able to get himself in the right position and get these crossfires, he's managed to transition over to the A site. He's watching for the cross, but he's going to be mollied out. Hat's just clearing out all the corners, and Void, yeah, if he was able to push in front of that, it could have been a chance, but now no hope in hell. He's going to try and back off to potentially just save this AK.
Great decision at the moment. It will allow them to start to work up a bit of economy and maybe get another AWP in the hands of Zemp. He didn't really get to use it super well. Hasn't been very...
I don't think the CTs will have enough money to actually get an AWP here.
Or not this round, but in the coming rounds. There's no way they're going to buy in the next round anyway.
Then, Mac,
Oh, I'm not looking at the top of the scoreboard. I'm looking at other numbers, all right?
I know. It's just one of the moments. Look, if it makes you feel any better, if Pilly said that, I would have looked at him and just called him an idiot. So I'm not calling you an idiot there. So, okay, look, they couldn't even save that gun there, and that's going to be absolutely disastrous.
I forgot where we were already in the match.
Yeah, I know. It's just been a pretty quick half, in all honesty. So it is a bit surprising to see it's the final round. I mean, they are going to have to force up whatever they can here, but it's not going to be great.
Yeah, there's been lots of like first 40-second hits by order as well, which has definitely gotten us along quite quickly here on Mirage. And now, as I just figured out, we are on the final round of the half. Looking at the top of the scoreboard there. Ground Zero's by very mixed bag, like indeed. Ali, he's happy to play aggressive. The double peak comes out. It could be, he can't
I
hear
was
you,
like,
Kev. He can't hear you, Kev.
I can still be excited.
Oh, of course.
Can always be excited for it. All right, A-side execute. Here we go again.
What do we got? Top con smoke? No. So Val's going to go either top con or deep jungle there. If it draws out the rotations. Bomb's still in back apartments though, so it looks like it's going to be a fake that may just be committed on by order to draw rotations and sell it nice and well, but that's not going to happen. Ground Zero, they seem to be switched on here. They've done their homework.
But they're scared about connector now. They've lost mid control, so they're scared there's going to be one in connector, and now out comes the rest of the players. Though Panic dancing in and around. Eventually Val is going to come out of Palace.
Oh, and Moe's left B as well. They've gone all eggs in the basket. That's going to be B for free, as well as almost A. 3 CTs are here, but the bomb is not going to be planted. It needs to be done on B quickly to sell the fake as well, but Val still hiding in PAL. Is he going to be able to deny the rotations? No, they're back in CT, and he's got no idea where the other two are. Interesting.
Imagine if INZ chokes here.
Oh, yep.
Oh boy. Imagine if they get this kill now on Alistair, but Alistair's been pretty good so far, so this is not going to happen.
Void with 12 HP. It's looking quite rough. They have no idea. Oh, he's thrown some util and given up the fact he's coming on the flank. Okay. So Void, he's going to go down to Ali. Val having a very rough round there indeed, but we are going to see order just with the 1 round lead heading into the second half. Kev, he's taking his glasses off. He's confused.
Sorry, Val makes me laugh sometimes. This is just, it's a learning experience for him. I can understand that. But it's like, okay, the boys are planning over at B, so your first protocol is probably just to keep fighting CT, in all honesty. They know where you're going to be. So either you got to hightail it immediately, or like, it works out at the end, but you can imagine it could have gone disastrous. Imagine if they were able to get that pick on Alistair and then, hang on a moment, I'm left in the middle of absolutely nowhere. So, look, learning experiences.
And we can see things that he can't as well, although...
And to be fair, he also did make the correct decision there. You wait a little bit longer so you don't give up your life, and then you can make that flank work out. So, yeah, it's worked out there. No harm done. GZ now on the T side, order up 8-7.
Oh, but order, they've gone for the 3-man, 4-man A-site stack, and it's all up to EMAC to get as much damage done as possible, but he's got a kit and no armor as well, so he will be playing for the retake here, as the bomb should go down for free now. Good setup from Ground Zero already, too aggressive towards market. Good for the crossfire. Short control as well as apartments. And order, they are going to flood through market as well, just waiting to group up, fixing that spacing.
Flash sale about to come out as they're just popping out the windows and fighting. It's just brawling all across. It's still a 3-on-3 trade at the end of the day, but the smoke's now going to go onto the bomb, and now it's going to be a bit exciting. In's going to try and find it, see if he can retrieve the kit. He's managed to do so, and the bomb is smoked off. He's trying to find it. He is not going to stick it. Oh, Zamsy's coming flying in with the knife, but no! Oh my goodness, In's has blocked both headshots, but there's no time.
There's no time at all, but that was took me back to simple for a moment there. I got very, very scared for just a second. Once again, I'm looking way too much at the middle of the screen today. I'm not looking at the top. I'm not looking at how much time's left in the round. Order did leave that little bit too late, but everyone died, so there was no free armor upgrades, at least for Ground Zero.
All right, I'm going to show all the kids out there how to use an international commentator's phrase, I guess. Order. They forced up here. That's a heads-up play.
The heads-up play.
Heads-up play.
Oh, so what are we going to see Ground Zero do to put another on the board? Emac, he's gotten very aggressive, so Ground Zero just really had to hold and hit their shots, although Ince here at Van now. Oh, no, he's moved around playing NBK instead, but it's Panic to deny him all the way up short. The B split way too strong this time. Order unable to do a thing. These SMGs may just go for the hunt as well, the single SMG rather. Moe's gone for that Galil instead.
Still a scout, and that's always a scary prospect with a pistol crossfiring. Oh, that scout is now gone, and Burn is just going to do a drive-by. He's checking his corners. He's clearing his angles.
This is a much better start to the second half than what they had over on Inferno as well, so hopefully we'll see more of a game here now.
They've got an economy for once, so yeah.
That's it. An Order, they've gone for that force by Val, last alive, hoping that someone comes on the hunt so he can get the extra $600 he does in the bank. It looks like he may be able to find Burn at some point, who's making a lot of noise coming in through Palace, but not going to give up the kill for free. And that is going to be the lead taken by Ground Zero again, 9-8. As Order, slow start to the second half, and we'll see if they force up again or if they just save and go for that big util buy into the 19th.
Yeah, it's going to be the big util buy, big green out in the hands of Ali and Ground Zero. Look, hopefully let's not see a repeat of the USPs doing damage. So they're just going to, looks like Void's going to go out nice and early to see if he can find a couple of picks, which he has.
So, slow start to the round, not getting too over-aggressive, but Burn here making potentially the right choices. Which side does he go in off? Although the flash will allow him to get into jungle. The other two CTs peeking from the smoke just in time. Ali only good for one though. They know that he's lurking around, but there's the crossfire as well. Val making use of the UMP. Zemp knows that Ali's stuck in the corner, and that is going to lock down the round. But still, they've lost two men and a couple of $1,000 redos in the process there. But GZ on to the double digits now, 10-8, as Order can buy up into the 19th round.
There we go. Orbs in the hands of Alistair, rifles on the rest of the players, and at least there's a kit to play around with this time around. So Valent's actually getting that kill with the UMP is now critical because he's afforded a full set of utility. And Ground Zero, very, very early on, just situated over towards A site. There is only that single mid smoke, but the CTs have left mid completely open, and Burn is just still going to be playing around, dancing around right now over at that B site. He's still committing out, completely blinded, but that's not going to work. Out comes the execute on 8th, though. Hat. Oh, my goodness. How does he still manage to turn that around? He's so low. He's trying to fight. Not going to work out. And now Moe. Going to drop that Molotov towards jungle. Val, he does have that smoke grenade.
Oh, but he plays around in it, and the spam is going to work out. So Zemp finding 2 kills on players he cannot see, but has an idea of where they are. Now it's a 3v3. Once again, Order losing that man advantage for free. Emag going to double up in the position his teammate was, but the T's, they are aware of this. Void even getting that one, hitting his jump button by accident. Bomb going to be planted for GZ this time, and now it's into the 1v2, has no idea of the other 2 remaining T's. Is he going to be able to hit his shots? No, he's not going to bother. Looks like he has just de-aggressed completely. Just a save. He should be good here. Moe just covering the crawl space, but he spotted there. No real one way to work out. Does actually spot him. Can't finish Ince off. So big save coming out from Ince, and we will probably not see a buy here.
Yeah, just a few deagles, maybe scouts to play around with, but big turnaround coming out from Ground Zero. They're able to get the picks working off. And this is what I mean. Burner's a very, selfless player.
Yeah.
You can see he's fanging it through B site, and he's just drawing 2 people's attention as Ground Zero is executing the A site. He's just causing chaos on the other side. Doesn't matter if he gets a kill. He's done enough. He's drawn attention. And Ali, that's no good of a jump.
Oh, that's also no good. Taking some damage from the spam. Ollie coming out as well to force him out of con, but he's already left it.
Oh, he's got to go back in now. He's got the animation.
Oh, look, you're right. That's probably all it's going to take for him, and he's looking for the head as well. Tries to line it up, manages to get the spam at least, but the trade is there from Panic. Zemp as well, managing to connect onto Hats in the CT. Now, all of a sudden, it's 3v4. Order might have been able to do something this round. It's still got the M4 alive, at least on Ince, and he's aggressive on short. And the bomb making its way over towards A. Ground Zero happy to play the strength in numbers, trade this one out, and try to lock down a 12th.
I was going to hope EMAG's going to push on the site, and there you are, because staying from CT is going to be really dangerous. Val, he needs to try to draw a bit of attention. He needs to try to push in front of the smoke. You've got to take a couple of risks. This is the perfect play coming out. Just got to stay heads down, fire a couple of shots, keep the attention of the rest of the teams, and then EMAG. Let EMAG strike, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Oh my goodness, he's winding back the time. Chris Rollins, oh my goodness. And now Zemp's left with just the AWP. He's able to try to find an angle on one of them. And now a one-on-one though. EMAG trying to cross. He's going to re-engage, and there you have it. Order. How they managed to sneak that round away. Played out. That was just vintage like theory strike playing out in my head, and it just worked perfectly. And that's exactly how Order needed to do it, and that's how they won it.
EMAG almost doubled his frags that round. He got up to 10 from 6, but he has had 2 massive rounds this game so far, and what a crucial point to make it happen as well. When they had decent economy in the bank, they really needed to get another one on the board. He gets the save, he gets the 4K in the end, so the confidence definitely bolstered, but we'll see if they can get to double digits here. It will be very crucial for them.
HE Grenade misses that top mid, and that's going to be a bit dangerous as Alice... Oh, it's Ali. You expect him to hit him most of the time, which is the scary part. They're still going to go up onto the window, but you can see Burn. He's not going to instantly go up there. He's just going to chill out.
Have you seen anyone go for that wallbang from window to that specific spot?
I've tried it a couple of times. I've seen people commonly, as in where Burn's currently boosted.
Where Burn is currently.
No, I don't actually think I have. It's definitely bangable. Like,
And it's a common spot nowadays.
I think it's just too dangerous because as soon as the T gets tagged, you can just swing around really quickly if the T is really good and just hit it. So, all right, here we go. Ground Zero about to execute to the A site. Just a single smoke grenade onto this CT spawn position, but you can see Hats. He's going to go in front of it. Alistair, he's locked down that critical flank, and that's a lot of damage from that HE grenade. And out they come. Val is just going to stay hidden at sandwich.
Oh, perfect timing to pounce as well. 2 for him. Gets the triple. Huge play. Squishing them in between the pieces of the bread there. As now Order put a 10th on the board. Finally get a bit of momentum back going in their favour and are hunting for that lead. GZ, though, hitting us with a tactical timeout, seeing what they need to do because the economy has started to head towards the trash can. Moe having a very rough game so far, but he also wants to talk to the boys to see what's going on. They need to get these rounds done and dusted. It's not their map pick, but if they were to take it to Nuke, they've got a huge chance to take out the series and hightail their way straight to the LAN finals.
Yeah, but I mean, there is a high chance of them also dropping out and losing at this stage. Order's got their economy finally in order, and for Ground Zero, they have to eco a couple of times, and they're trying to think at the stage, all right, what do we need to do next? And ASO Execute's not going to work like that. You do need more utility. All right, so we're going to have to eco here, and we have to concede another round. Our next round, it's still not going to be that great in terms of everything. They might be able to get an AWP, but if you get an AWP, no utility.
Whoa. Get a chance at a free shot through the smoke. Unfortunately, not going to be taken. Still playing on the short side of window. Good
What
for
is that
2.
flick coming out?
3 for him on the ecos. Ali, the dream killer. It's going to be Hats to mop up the round. Ali somehow surviving with 22 HP. The jiggle peaks with the AWP. You don't see it a lot these days, but Ali's making it work, especially against the little ants running straight down the sand at mid.
Just re-peeking after re-peek. And you know what? If you're not going to get punished for it, you might as well. And if you're hitting your shots, you need to be doing it as Ali. He is the one that's going to take this game away from Ground Zero with that AWP. So here we are, 11-all. Scores tied once again. Do have that Byron coming out, but this is what I mean. You look at the utility across the board for Ground Zero, it's absolutely shocking. Though Void does manage to get that entry in Palace, Hats has gone aggressive in this round, has been punished for it, but instantly answered back as Alistair's gone aggressive in B-Apps. It's just trade for trade, blow for blow, and no one's come out stronger.
Oh, was he on that pixel line as well? I think that's where he got that frag too, so untraded by Ground Zero. It's very hard to trade that line, considering how tight it is. Bomb needs to be retrieved, but we'll see if GZ can take any extra map control. They've been gifted mid. He made close at the top of Con, and out of Pal, we can see Void come, expecting Val to be under balcony there. Good read. Something tipped him off there.
Emag. Oh boy, Emag's going to get out of there. So he's always just this smoke criminal in terms of, he's going to be around there somewhere, but the question is where exactly, and Molly's thinking, all right, where do I go? And he's completely bypassed Emag at this stage, and Emag is going to get the kill, but just after Alistair goes down, and now Valence dancing around the site. Valence has done so well so far later on the CT half. He's really held onto his own. And now Order finally in the lead. It's been a while since they have. Ground Zero had a great start to the T side, but just once again, they just don't seem to have enough cash, and they're losing these picks on the extremities. It's not looking great for them.
No, it certainly is not. They have started to at least get some rounds in a row. That's 3 for Order now, or 4 rather, in a row. Ali, ooh,
How does
the shot. How's he not punished for that? Even just with the pistols, nothing tagging him at all.
He's just out of there. He's just booking it, effectively. Takes a shot, books it out. I mean, even when Burn gets his pick, he needs to get another one, otherwise B-site's still kind of locked away. And I mean, he's made himself into a good position. He's found that AK-47 and in the really strong bench position. Emag, artillery strike coming in. It's going to push Burn into an awkward situation. Now the rest of the field fighting is still occurring, but the bomb all the way in spawn. Moe out in the open.
See if he's spotted now. Definitely will be. Seemed to have been heard as he made his way out.
Oh,
Order
they're just,
with the patience.
I mean, they're just holding that angle there. And then Ali was like, huh, what's that thing out of the corner of my eye? And the Molly's just like, oh, no, that's Alistair. He's hitting flicks tonight.
Anyway, Order, 2 in the lead.
I think at this stage, I think Order's got it secured. Ground Zero don't. I mean, this is kind of like the last round. If Ground Zero are able to execute on something impressively here, then we might see something great. I mean, they've drawn a bit of attention over towards mid. They need to execute on the A site now. Out should come the smokes, and out should come the play. But Hats, that nade goes too deep.
Wasn't expecting the aggression from the T's. Try to make the read, but straight through the smoke. They are going to run into his crosshair. Hat might just be mollied out of triple. Oh, tries to take a man down with him. Val can't get anything done either. This could be Ground Zero's chance to get another round on the board. Molly coming out over towards the ticket booth, though. But the smoke at mid-side is going to be enough to get the plant down. No, the bowling's perfect. Straight into Burn. What a nade from Ince there. Huge throw. And that's brought it to the 3v3. Bomb still yet to be retrieved as well. And 2 CTs at this CT position is very dangerous for GZ. It's going to be Zem trying to deal with it.
But there's a flank coming out from Ali, and now it's all down to Moe, who's now been spotted out at stairs. And Alistair, of course, he's going to hit them with the re-peak. And there you have it, 2 rounds away. Order. It almost seems destined once again for them to be versing up against Chiefs in that rematch for the top seed. But as you said, 2 rounds and they're going to secure their position in the LAN finals, and it would be appropriate for the 2 strongest teams. Ground Zero had their chances, but you can see it's just, that's the difference at the end of the day. A little bit of firepower and a little bit of, I guess, explosiveness in terms of the executes is just not working out.
GZ, it's all or nothing now. Keep their dream alive, at least in regulation. Can afford to drop one more if they play for OT, but look at this. Look at Ali's positioning here. Moe had absolutely no idea. He lurked his way to the top, and Moe did not watch for the push at all. So punishment comes out. Now GZ looking to hit the B site, all grouping up in apartments.
But how do you do this? Because Alistair's just controlling the tempo at this stage, and you just can't peek into lines like that where the T's or where the AWP is already set up. You have to hit a blind of a shot, and so far Zem has not been able really to show that form with the AWP. Underpass also locked away, but Panic, he knows the danger, and he's also able to get the pre-fire. At the very least, they've got time to work with.
Going to go for the boost as well, but Ali in the perfect position to deal with this one. Gets the wall bang onto Burn, although punished as he goes for a second attempt at lowers. That's the crucial positioning. May be able to deny the bomb plant, holds across to side, and he lands the deathly blow as well. This could be all she wrote now, but Void, death from above as he jumps onto Tetris. Putting the pieces together, taps the bomb, hopes for some aggression, but Emag not going to bite the bullet this time. Second attempt he does, perfect swinging, and that is going to be 15 on the board for Order. 1 round away from a 2-0 here tonight, and going back to the upper bracket to rematch Chiefs.
Yeah, much more convincing performance coming out from them on Mirage in terms of this time around. So Like I said, maybe they had to rise to the level of their opponents. And Ground Zero have given it a good crack, but like I said, this T side towards the end has looked a little bit devoid in terms of ideas, and now they're just trying to push through the edge of the smoke. That's not going to work out. Hats is able to get away alive, and Valiant's now also doing a lot of damage. That HE grenade should be able to clean things up. No, it's Hats stealing it away with the HE. It's all down to Zemp. It's been pretty sharp so far this series, but unfortunately sharp is not going to be enough as Order going to seal it away. 16 to 11, so 16-8, 16-11, pretty quick series overall.
Yeah, I thought that went much faster considering we're almost towards the end of regulation there, you know, just so many early round aggressions on the T sides from both teams, and you know, Order just locking it down eventually there, managed to make the comeback on the CT side on their map pick, so good to see, you know, great game overall, and I was pretty happy. You know, you could see in that first half, it was Ince and I think Hats who were the ones getting all the frags, and then in the second half, the kills on the scoreboard managed to start to get really even.
Yeah, I mean, Valiant's definitely picked up his game. EMAG had a really critical round with the Deagle. That kind of steamrolled Order's victory from that point onwards. I don't think they lost a single round from that Deagle round, the 4-kill from EMAG. So, I mean, in terms of that, it just feels like, once again, Ground Zero, just a little bit more, it just requires more time here, right? It's like you can see the promising pieces. You saw in Inferno how they took the map control. You saw how well they did on the T side. You saw at the beginning how well they can do on the T side and the CT side. It's just the small parts now. And a team like Order can just punish you for the tiniest misstep, especially on a map like Mirage. You can see Hats time and time again just getting those entries out there.
Yeah, they're all so sharp, and GZ, look, they did try. They had some huge plays coming out, but we are going to have a quick look at the bracket where it currently stands. We spoke about it a couple of seconds ago before that final round, but there you go. Order taking it 2-0 over Ground Zero, and just as quickly as they were knocked into the lower bracket, they're back up the top. They've made it to the LAN finals, so congratulations are in order, and Chiefs are going to have that one map advantage tomorrow night in a best of 5 as they play for the top seed, and the top seed will give you the choice of who you play at LAN first.
Which is always going to be great because you don't know what team's going to make it forward from stage 2 and the playoffs as well. So it's always good to have that option to kind of pick and maybe even make that second tier. So the second tier team play a team that you don't want to play, or hang on a moment, they can definitely give them a good challenge. So definitely a great decision. I mean, this rematch is going to be quite spicy in terms of anything, but at the end of the day, I guess it depends on how much they value it. I don't think both teams are going to be scared of any teams inside Australia at this point in time. So I think we're going to see some good Counter-Strike, but we're not going to see the book effectively thrown at each other just yet.
Yeah, well, maybe once we get to the LAN finals, hopefully. But it's not all over for Ground Zero or Genuine, because they have bypassed Stage 2, which will be coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, with some brand new teams that have made it through the qualifiers online as well. So you're going to see a bit of the new talent on the rise, then they'll have their chance to make it to the playoffs and then make it to the finals as well. We'll see if we can get there.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a long slog for some of these teams, but there's always going to be talent, there's always going to be potential. I mean, that's always a great word, potential, but it's always a good scouting ground to see how the teams are going and what weaknesses, and hey, it's a chance to be featured on HLTV and to get commentated by such burnt people like Karath, who criticize every single movement that you do. So there you are. Always a pleasure, so.
Generally a pleasure.
It depends how the teams take it. I don't think they review it and go, yeah, Karath said this. That's really insightful. They probably go, what does he know?
What's he done? What's he ever done? Hey? No, that's it. You've commentated some really big games before.
No.
Yes, you have.
No.
Yes, you have.
No.
Okay.
Highlight of my career is probably CGM. I still remember commentating when Turtle was still playing, so I still remember when Turtle dropped to 30. Do you? Yeah.
No, but I live with him, so I can just pretend I see him drop 30s every day.
He drops more than that these
30s.
days.
He picks up 50s or 60s, sometimes 140. I think he deadlifted the other day. Big jacked man. Anyway,
Swole man, handsome.
A lot from the point there, but we, there's a lot of action coming up tomorrow. GZ, they're out. Order, they're still in. Chiefs, however, are they going to be able to back it up twice, or are we going to see another? Well, it's going to be a 2-0 if Chiefs win, technically 3-0 with the map advantage. But Order, they're going to have to take 3 maps off Chiefs.
Yeah, it's doable. I mean, it's always going to be a long slog, but Order, it feels like they've done it before when they've been down one map in a series. They've come and done the long haul and gotten a 3-1 victory at the end of the day, or a 3-2. So, look, I won't be surprised if it does go to a 5-mapper between Order and Chiefs tomorrow, but at the same time, if it's a blowout on either side, that's just the nature of Counter-Strike these days. It's that if a team's on point on that day, they come up to the server, they're ready to play, and they're just better than their opponent, and they're just feeling it, there's not much you can do. So
Well, there's not a lot you can do. But one thing you can do is, enjoy a lot of Dare Iced Coffee. And it is time again for the Dare Iced Coffee MVP of the day. And today, that is going to be your boy Ince from Order.
yeah, he was the one that fired it up on the CT side and got all those frags in the Inferno to kind of kick Order's game in gear, so to speak. And on the T side of Mirage as well, able to get all those frags and just anchor and just work on the extremities. Really strong stuff.
And he's just had a huge game, especially in that second half of Mirage, just hitting some nut shots. That bowling with the nade, I hope that's in here as well. The perfect bomb plant denial service. He's just been going absolutely off.
Yeah, and I mean, ultimately at the end of the day, you could have also, once again, like I said, Hats also had a really good performance, but Inz has been sharp, consistently making that impact in space with the kills. That's why, yeah, he's just been solid tonight.
Absolutely solid indeed, and that is the reason why he's your Dare Iced Coffee MVP for today. And well, that has been a quite a large night indeed. It swung back and forth. The games looked closer than what they were in the end. First half of Inferno, GZ looked like, oh, we're gonna upset there. Didn't.
I think this the easiest analogy for me to say this would be it's like you're tackling a weights machine, or maybe it's like me going into the gym for the first time and going, all right, I'm gonna really put in some effort. It's gonna be a big performance from me tonight, and I've kind of just picked up the 2 kilo weights and started like just doing curls, and people are just looking and going like, that's 2 kilos, bro. Like that's not big at all, and that's kind of what this series was. It was all this potential of it being an absolute explosive series, but it's kind of just fizzled out at the end of the day, and yeah, it's just kind of like me doing 2 kilogram lifts or something like that.
Mate, you got to start somewhere. You've got to start somewhere, all right? And if you go to the gym and you see someone lifting 2 kilo weights, give them support. Don't put them down like this, man.
Unless it's Karath. I only put myself down. If another person does do 2 kilograms, like I'll be there supporting it. It's like, you know what? Small steps. If it's me, it's like, that's a different story. So.
Well, speaking of weights, there's a lot of weight on Order's shoulders looking to get revenge on the Chiefs tomorrow night. But for now, that is all from us here at ESL Studios Australia. I hope you've all enjoyed your night. Me and Kev certainly have. We'll see you all tomorrow.